Hi everybody, Simply Sweet Gemini here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. So in today's video, I just wanted to share with you the Coloring Scavenger Hunt Part 3 that Danny Buttons has created. So she released this video in February, so I'm just getting around to completing it this month. So generally I like to find all of the items and then color them before I share them with you. So in part 3, these are the 10 items that she wanted us to find. So a map, eggs, a hair bun, full moon, birch trees, a motorcycle, bananas, a key, sports, an otter, and the bonus 11th item is an outfit you want to wear. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first item, a map. I found my map in Animorphia by Kirby Rosanis, and I found it in this image. So it's the picture of the ram. So the map is just located right on his ear. So I did all of this using just pencil crayons for the colored part, and then I used black acrylic paint for the background, as well as metallic purple paint for the ram's horns. So I wanted to keep it like a simple color palette, so I went with blues, greens, and purples. And then I did use a bit of gel pen on its crown or tiara to make it sparkle. And this version of the book is the one that where the picture isn't fully aligned, so that's why I couldn't really color on in the inside part, but I think it still looks okay. So I do have another copy of this book where it's a little better, so hope to do that one once I've finished this copy. So that was my first item, the map. The second item was eggs. So I found mine in this image. So I only have one egg here. And this is a PDF I printed out of the Adorable Circle of Life coloring book by Alex Solis, or his artist name is Oddworks. So it's just a raccoon in a hen house with the egg. So all of this was done using Ohuhu alcohol markers, some Bic markers, and I did use Posca paint pen for the cobweb. But this was just like a simple one that I enjoyed doing. So that one was for egg. Number 3 on the list was hair bun. So I used this image. This image is a free image that Hannah Lynn is offering on her website, and it's from her new book, Whimsy Girls Around the World coloring book. So this book hasn't been released yet, but this is a sample page that she shared online. So if you're interested in getting this image, then you can hop over to her website to find it. So this page is titled Now Boarding. So it's just this girl who's getting ready to go on holidays. So her hair is in a bun. And all of this was mostly done using markers, and I just used some Stickles and gel pen to make some items sparkle. And I did that with her hair too, just for the highlights. So that was item number 3. Item number 4 was a full moon, and actually this one was pretty easy to find because a lot of books actually have full moons in them. So I chose an image out of Baby Dragons, illustrated by Jade Summer. So I chose this image. So it's of the dragon dressed up as a knight, and the full moon is right here. So I used watercolor creams to do the moon, so it's more metallic and shimmery. So I tried to use a more limited palette on this one, where I used different tones of gray in the background because I wanted to highlight the dragon a bit more. So this was a different kind of style that I was trying out. And I think it turned out pretty neat, like it really brings the dragon image forward. So that was for full moon. The next item to find was birch trees. And again, I found this in a Hannah Lynn coloring book. So this one was, if I remember correctly, Mythical, Maidens, and Curious Creatures. So this image is titled Willow. So I chose to color the trees in the background as birch trees. And I did all of this using markers and gel pens. So this one was super fun to do. It was the first time I was trying to use markers to blend each other. So this top portion turned out really nice, and then the bottom ones, I think I need to work on these colors a bit more. But I do like the way it turned out. All of her skin is done just using the Ohuhu skin tone markers. And I just used a bit of metallic gel pens for the vines. On the bubble, I added some glossy accents, and I did put stickles on the dragonfly's wings, but I'm not sure if you can see that. And then for her wings, I actually tried using some metallic watercolor paints that I had recently purchased, and these are the one from Renaissance Colors. They're the handmade watercolors that she sells on her Etsy shop. So I'll link that below if you're interested. So I did use 2 colors of metallic paints. So I used the blue color shift as well as the purple color shift. And I really had fun doing this one. So for her hair, I also did it with markers and then gel pen highlights. So I think that this image turned out really cute. This was one of probably the favorite ones that I've done for the scavenger hunt. So yeah, this is for birch trees. So the next image to find was a motorcycle. So this one was a little harder for me because I don't usually color books that have specifically this type of imagery. But I was able to find one picture out of everything to color for this one. And I found it in this book, Chibi Girls, Grayscale 2 Books in 1 by Jade Summer. So unfortunately this book has been discontinued, but they've released a 4 books in 1 with Chibi Girls 1 and 2, Chibi Horror, as well as the Chibi Christmas book. And you can get that both in grayscale or just line art. So if you're interested in that, you can still get it. And this is the image that I chose. So I just decided to color this one very simply. So it's just a red motorcycle. And just did this all using Ohuhu markers as well. And just a couple of areas of gel pen highlights. I didn't go too crazy with this one. So this one was a picture of my motorcycle. The next picture to be found was bananas. And this one was also kind of hard for me. So there seems to be a lot of drawings of fruit like strawberries and oranges, but bananas kind of hard to find in my collection. But I found it in this book, Baby Zoo Animals by the Zendoodle Coloring, and this one was illustrated by Jeanette Wummel. So I did this page, so I didn't even find bananas, I only found one banana, but I decided to do this one using the sectional coloring technique. So I just circled out like areas that I wanted to color and thought would be interesting, and I just colored those in marker, and then I blacked out the background with black acrylic paint. So it does look a little plain. I was thinking of doing maybe some writing here like go bananas or something like that, but I didn't get around to doing that yet. So I'm still thinking about that, but I think that this technique really makes the image pop a bit more so that you can focus on some more interesting aspects of the picture. So this is my banana. So I did do all of this again using markers, and then I used the Colortronic gel pens just to make certain patterns kind of glittery. Not sure if you can see that. So yeah, that was the picture of banana. So the next item to be found was a key, and this one was very easy to find. All of the hardback coloring books by like Hannah Carlson or even like Maria Trolle all have keys, but I wanted to do something that was a little more out of the box and didn't want to color in such a complicated picture, truthfully. So I found my key in Chibi Horror, illustrated by Jade Summer, and this is the Grayscale edition. So I found my key here in this image. So the key's right there, and it's a girl locked in a cage. So for this image, I really decided to play more on the strengths of having a grayscale book, where I wanted just to showcase a certain aspect of the picture. So I didn't actually color everything. I only colored the girl, as well as the cage and the key, just so that things can like stand out and pop up a little bit more. And I didn't want to choose such a colorful palette that would kind of you know, look very cluttered. So I just decided to do it this way. So all of this was done using Ohuhu markers, and then the cage I used Sakura Jelly Roll Silver Metallic to do, and then the key was also done using Silver Metallic. So I think that it really makes the girl pop out a little more, and I do like the way that this one turned out. So that was my picture of a key. So image number 9 was a picture of sports. So for me, this one was also a little more challenging to find. But I found mine in 50 Winter Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. And I chose this page. It's of the squirrel that's downhill skiing. So I did this one all using markers, and then I used some metallic gel pen as well as dragonfly glaze to do the snow, so you can see that it color shifts. And then I also again used the watercolor creams to do the moon, and just some gel pens for the stars. So I love this book because the images are so simple to color and you can get a lot done in a day, so I chose this picture. Okay, I apologize for the lighting where there's that big shadow now. So the very last item to be found, item number 10, was a picture of an otter. So I found my otter in this book, Colortronic Animals, a kaleidoscopic coloring challenge, and this one is by Lark, illustrated by Lauren Farnsworth. So this is the only color by number book I have, and I found a picture of an otter here. So I did all this using just alcohol markers, and for the background I tried using the Faber-Castell gelatos. So I did use them wet, just so that it could be more even, because it's such a large area to color, because this book is pretty big. So I didn't want to color using marker on those areas. So I like the way it turned out. I always think that this book is really fun to do because it creates a really interesting image with the different color tones that they choose for you. So yeah, this was my otter. So the bonus item to be found in this round was an outfit you want to wear. And there were just so many images that I couldn't decide on because there's such cute outfits on some of the princess books, as well as, you know, just like comfy clothing that the characters are wearing. But I ended up going with this one. So this is an image titled Baby Unicorn, and it's illustrated by Mariola Budek. So this is from her, if you buy her book, this is under the Cute Friends book. So it's just this girl in a really cozy looking onesie. So I would love to wear a warm onesie. So I decided to do this one. I colored this one a little differently. Instead of actually filling all the color in, I decided just to go with, you know, outlining it, and I think that it turned out pretty neat. So all of this was done using Black Widows and Prismacolor Scholar pencils, and just for the hearts I did use the Prismacolors to blend out into a different rainbow gradient, and I did add Glossy Accents on top because I kind of wanted to look like bubbles. And then I did use a bit of Stickles on the unicorn horn for her headband, as well as on the unicorn in the book. And this is the first time I tried doing skin tone without any marker base, so this was all done using the Black Widow skin tone set. So I really like the way that this one turned out too. Super cute, and it was fast to color this one only because I didn't have to fill in everything. I left a lot of white to show highlights. So yeah, this one was super fun. So that was the last image to be found. So once again, this was the Coloring Scavenger Hunt Part 3 by Danny Buttons. I had a lot of fun doing this one, and I'm happy that the list was short, not super long tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone to do this, but if you are interested in completing this tag, please feel free to do so. Happy coloring, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.